Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Good evening, Philadelphia Eagles fans, Seahawks fans, Giants fans, whatever fan you are. Good evening, everybody. Another week of Keps Korner. I am Kep. I am your host. I'm joined by my boy Tom. And like you heard Bob Mannery, man, no notes. We're gonna go no notes tonight because another abysmal week of Philadelphia Eagles football, talking Eagles football. We just learned some things that come off the internet, and you can't believe everything you see on the internet. But with this organization, you tend to believe everything you see on the internet. At least I do, anyways. I try not to believe everything, but when it comes to the Eagles, you never know what to believe. But I'm going to believe the stuff I heard, depending on the source or depending on who said it. Joe Banner's name came up. I don't like that guy. Ever since he's left Philly, we were talking about it earlier. Me and Tom were talking about before the show, and he's always been a snake. So who the heck knows what Joe Banner's talking about? He just needs to go somewhere. Him and Donovan McNabb need to go somewhere and just sip tea, sip Mai Tais, put their feet up, and not mention Philadelphia ever again. Because every time they mention Philadelphia, they always got something smart to say or something asinine to say. So both of them can go away. But nonetheless, my boy Tom's here tonight. We're going to talk about I guess we could talk a little bit about this past week's performance against the Browns. It was another abysmal effort by the offense. It looked like they were going to, run the ball, and they were running the ball pretty well. And then all of a sudden, an errant throw and a pick six, and there we go again. We're chasing the score, and I don't know, man. And they were without Myles Garrett, and I said Olivier Vernon was going to do something because I had a feeling. And sure enough, Olivier Vernon made Jason Peters look like he was 83 years old. And he's almost 83 years old. And he sure as hell looked like it against Olivier Vernon. That defensive line got after Carson. We were able to run the ball. I don't know why Doug went away from the run. But, well, we know why Doug went away from the run. Because I think he puts way too much on Carson's shoulders. And he wants Carson to perform. And Carson's just not getting it done right now. So we posed the agree to disagree poll question. Do you think the Eagles' abysmal offense gets back on track in a primetime matchup Monday night? We're a Monday night. They should be able to flex out Monday night games because I don't know that I even want to watch them in a primetime game, to be honest. I know you can't flex out Sunday nights till week 11, so the flex outs and the rearranging of the schedule is going to continue, with COVID concerns. I know the Steelers and Ravens are playing Tuesday night now. They want Lamar Jackson to be able to play. That's why they pushed it till Tuesday is what I'm thinking. They don't want to show that game without Lamar Jackson.
Well, now he's not. Now he's out.
Well, yeah, he's got COVID, but I don't know if they push it till Tuesday, if they'll somehow, if he comes back with a negative test or something, they'll let him play. I don't know.
They said he was definitely out, but that could change.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they said because he tested positive that he was out. But who knows? Who knows?
Who cares? I mean, that's the Steelers and Ravens. Who the hell cares? We're talking Eagles football. We might have to talk about some other teams because our team is awful right now. We just found out Lane Johnson's out for the rest of the year. His ankle finally said, you know what, enough is enough. And that's fine. That's fine. Like this season, like I don't even want to win the division. I don't want to talk about winning the division. I want to talk about what's going on with this team. Why Carson Wentz is playing as bad as he is. Why the offense is sputtering. The defense, the defense shows up and then realizes, oh, the offense ain't here today. Oh, okay, never mind. We're not going to play. Just forget it. The defensive line again didn't do anything. I mean, Fletcher Cox played okay against the Browns, but for the most part, the defense didn't show up again. And I know it was a weather game. It was nasty. It was windy. It was rainy. But I knew it. Like the first half, we did okay. And then the second half, you just keep giving the ball to Nick Chubb. And that stiff arm he gave that rookie, oh, my God. As soon as I saw it, I was like, well, this is going to end up all over the internet. This kid just got punched in the throat and just he got sent to the shadow realm from one Nick Chubb stiff arm. And I don't know if that kid's ever going to play again. I don't know if he's ever going to be the same again. But nonetheless, we ended up losing to the Browns. We fall to 3-7-1, and we could still win the division, and we're only a game back because the Washington football team destroyed them Cowgirls on Thanksgiving Day. And you know, as I stream on Twitch and I get a whole bunch of people into my chat, and they're always talking, oh, look, my Washington football team beat Dallas. Who cares? Like, why is anyone... If you are a fan of an NFC East team, put yourself to bed. Don't talk the rest of the football season unless it's about a different team or a different player or something. Like, go knit an Afghan. Do not talk about football if you're an NFC East football fan. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear from Giants fans. I don't want to hear from Cowboys fans. I don't want to hear from Washington fans. I just don't want to hear it. We win the division, so what? You know, maybe one of these teams is playing good football, and you sneak out a home win when you host a wild card game, but highly unlikely that even happens. So I don't want to hear about it. It's like two one-legged men in an ass-kicking contest, and that one-legged man celebrates because he won. Like, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to say nothing to anybody the rest of the season if the Eagles win. I'm just not. I'm going to enjoy my Eagles. And that's it. I'm not going to talk at all. So, and I mean, God, I'm rambling. I'm so furious with the way the team is playing right now, the way Carson's playing, and we're going to get into it. And I don't know if there's people like, up until this week, I wasn't ready to talk about it, but this week I think I'm ready to talk about it because I think the season is a wash, right? The season is a wash. I think Doug wants to save his job. So maybe that's the only reason. I've been seeing reports that's the only reason he won't bench Carson is because he wants to save his job. And then you get reports from Joe Banner, and that was the name I was going to drop. That's the name I dropped earlier. Joe Banner saying that Doug Pederson would not be upset if he got fired. Who wants to get fired? No one wants to get fired. Doug Pederson won a Super Bowl in this city. We love him, right? We love him. Questionable 2-point conversions, questionable going forward on fourth down and whatnot. But I think I'm ready to talk about why he will not bench Carson, and I wholeheartly believe because he doesn't want to lose his job.
Well, I think the only thing, Kep, you could take out of him wanting to lose his job is that there's that much disconnect between him and the general manager. And he knows the general manager isn't going anywhere because of his ties and relationship with Jeffrey Lurie. That's the only thing. And the fact that Jeffrey Lurie, back in January, February, whenever Doug Pederson gave a vote of confidence to Mike Groh and whoever else, a day later, them guys were fired. So was that Jeffrey Lurie stepping in and saying, you know what, I'm firing these guys? So like everything that seems like it's happened from that point all the way till now, there's been so much smoke that there's got to be fire. And I don't think anybody wants to lose their job, right? The only thing I could say is maybe he's okay with, like, you know what, you want to fire me? You want to make me have to be the scapegoat? Fine, right? I thought like I won't land on my feet somewhere else. Like, you know, look at this roster. Look what I'm left with. Maybe there is some truth to that. Maybe nobody's trying to get fired. Nobody's trying to relocate, right? But maybe he's okay with it. Maybe deep down, I hope not, because anybody okay with losing their job to me lost their want to a little bit, right?
And I think they have to have that conversation now. Then why wait till the end of the year? Get going. Go start packing your stuff now. Get out. Go. Leave. If there's any part of you that doesn't want to coach in this city or you don't want to coach this football team, I'm sure every fan in the city or every fan across the world is like, you know how we are. Get gone. You don't want to be here. Get out. Get lost. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Facts.
And thank you for the Super Bowl. I'm wearing my Super Bowl shirt. Maybe bring some good luck. Russell Wilson is back on track. He's probably going to light the secondary up. If we don't get any pressure, I know they're going to be without Benny Snell, one of their starting tackles. So maybe the defensive line this week is like, yeah, let's get after Russ. But Russ always tears us up, and that. Who's covering? Darius Slay is going to cover DK Metcalf. So, okay, but who's covering Tyler Lockett? Chris Carson's back for him, so the run game's going to be there a little bit for him. I know they're without a couple guys, not key guys. We're going to be without Lane Johnson. So the offensive line, I don't know what they're going to do with the offensive line. I don't know if Jason Peters is going to play or not.
Yeah.
There were talks of moving him to right guard and putting Mailata at left tackle, but now without Lane Johnson, Mailata's might have to move over to right tackle, and then JP's going to have to stay at left tackle if he even plays.
No, he's not playing. I don't think. I mean, I think he has a toe injury that's going to look like it might.
I saw the injury report. Toe, he was limited, but he wasn't ruled out. So maybe it's going to be a game time decision. I don't know. But I don't feel comfortable with Jordan Mailata on Carson's blind side. I don't feel comfortable with Jack Driscoll. I don't feel comfortable with Matt Pryor, Nate Herbig. And then Jason Kelsey, he's a warrior. He's probably going to tough it out, but he's dealing with that elbow issue. So who's to say he don't wake up Sunday morning and, he can't go. So that begs the question, do we chance putting Carson Wentz under center behind another different offensive line group and risk? I'm looking towards the future, past this season, because to me this season's a wash. We're 3-7-1. I don't want to win the division.
6. Don't short us yet. Don't.
Okay, 3-6-1. 3-6-1.
Monday night at 12. 3-7-1. It's right around the block. It's fine to add on. Cap, add on. I mean, might just say 3. What would it be? 3-15-1? Would that be? Would that? Because that's how they would end. No.
3. They'd be 3-12-1.
3-12-1. I see. I add
3-12-1, and you could finish 4-11-1 and still win the division. No, because you have to beat the Cowboys and Redskins. So we could potentially win the division at 5-11-1. Can you believe that? Or 5-10-1. You could potentially win the division at 5-10-1. Because let's face it, we're not beating the Seahawks. We're probably not beating the Cardinals. We're probably not beating the Saints. We're probably not beating the Packers. So there you go, 5-10-1. If we could beat both the Cowboys and the Redskins, which is a very good possibility. It's going to be 2 horrible football games between 2 horrible football franchises right now. So you could possibly end the season at 5-10-1 and win the division. How awful would that be? All that talk back, a couple years ago when the Seahawks won the division at 7-9 and then stunned the Saints in their wild card game. Could you imagine if a 5-10-1 football team won a wild card playoff game?
Yeah, well, the other coach from the other team should get fired immediately. Bill, real quick. Bill says Doug won't do that because when we do fire Doug, you'll never see him as a head coach in the NFL ever again. And then Bill uses an explanation point after that. Bill, I completely disagree with you. There's so many bad coaches around the National Football League. You don't think a Super Bowl winning head coach is getting a job again as a head coach?
If there's a couple guys that have gotten coaching jobs again, Doug Pederson will get a head coaching job. Yeah, I mean, the Lions just fired both of their guys. Just got rid of both of their guys. The Lions. I mean, there's teams that are gonna need head coaches, and you want guys with head coaching experience. Now, are there offensive coordinators? Are there defensive coordinators? Are there quarterbacks coaches that would probably be interviewed? But yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, you're going to want a guy with experience. Doug Pederson won a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. He was calling the plays. Granted, he had a lot of help from Frank Reich. He had some guys around him, and we do miss Frank Reich. Frank Reich is doing an unbelievable job in Indianapolis. I hated when we lost him. I knew that was going to happen. But undoubtedly Doug Pederson will get another head coaching job somewhere. I don't think there's any question about that. But I didn't even plug the sponsor, man. I'm so amped up, and I don't even know if I'm amped up. I think disgusted is the right word. But I haven't even plugged the sponsor of the darn show. Keps Korner is brought to you by All Campus OC. They're found on the Ocean City Boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. You can also find them at allcampusoc.com. Use code Keps Korner for 15% off your merchandise, hats, shirts. Get you some apparel. Christmas is coming up. Check out the website, allcampusoc.com. Get you some apparel. Get you some bad things happen in Philadelphia t-shirts, because bad things have been happening in Philadelphia lately, namely football. I'm ready for hockey season to start. I'm ready for basketball season to start. We won't touch on that. Sixers are making some moves. Flyers are probably going to be pretty decent again, as long as we got that guy in net. But nonetheless, I'm ready to talk about it. Now, I said I probably wasn't going to, but I'm ready to talk about it. Do me personally give Carson the rest of the year off. Throw Jalen Hurts in there. See what he can do. They're playing so bad. Carson is still putting way too much on his shoulders, and we're gonna see with this offense. We've aside from the offensive line, Miles is going to be back there. I don't know if Boston Scott's going to play. I think he's hurt too. He's a game time decision, I believe. They got an extra day with it being Monday night. He's got his weapons. Apparently Zach Ertz said, "Nah, I can't go." I don't think he's ever going to play. I don't think he's going to be an Eagle after this season. I don't think he's going to be an Eagle after this season's over. I think he's like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna take it slow. The team's coming out saying, we're going to be cautious with him. No, I think Zach said, yeah, I can't go. So the Seahawks defense has not played that well this year. Even with Jamal Adams, with Bobby Wagner, with all the names they have on defense, they have not played well this year. They have gotten lit up by some offenses. So does the Eagles offense come out Monday night, put on a show, put up some points? I don't know. I'd like to say probably not. And they could shock the heck out of me and put up 40 points. And I'll be like, who is this? And what did you do with the Eagles offense? This is not what we've seen at all this year.
Like, I know you disagree. I know you disagree to the poll. The Eagles offense will get on track in a primetime showdown versus Seahawks. So, for the sake of A2D radio, agree, disagree radio, I'll try to have fun with this and say, I'll agree to it. I'll agree that they'll get on track because I don't know what on track is. On track is just scoring more than 24, I guess. So, sure. For one time, they're going to score over 24, and they're going to get air quote back on track here on what we thought they would do. I could see. Listen, this is all I know about a lot of these guys on this team. Throughout the years that I've watched them, and I know I've said this before, and then they get their doors blown off, but they're a resilient group, man. Like I know Bill says, I don't know, Shy, you can say head coach, I'll bet me whatever you want. Bill, I'll bet you A2D on it. Okay? I'll bet you A2D on it. All right? I'll bet you the whole company on the fact that he'll get another head coaching job. But I digress on that. But this team's resilient. They always have been. This year, not an example of it. They flat out stink. They stink. As a collective group, they flat out stink. So, there's no rhyme or reason why I should believe that they would get on track. But I got to hope that my quarterback is mad. I got to hope that the guys around him are mad. I got to hope that there's some pissed off people. Because all he's had said is to put his ass on the bench. DK Metcalf comes out and says he would start Jalen Hurts. The guy we're playing against says he would start Jalen Hurts. So if you don't have the motivation this week to be extra focused, if you don't have the motivation this week on a primetime game to play the best football of the season, and guess what you're going to have to do, Cap? He's going to have to run around. He's going to have to make plays. He's going to have to be the guy we drafted number 2 overall, which isn't a guy who sticks around in the pocket. All right? You got to move around in this league. And if you have the legs to do it on 3rd and 10, whatever, and you can break off a 10, 15-yarder, it's backbreakers to defenses. Backbreakers.
We haven't seen that Carson Wentz since the Cincinnati game. Because without him, we don't even have that tie. Without him, we don't come back and tie that game the way he played in that fourth quarter and put the whole team on his back and was scrambling and was running for first downs and was running through people, running over people. We haven't seen that Carson Wentz since Cincinnati. And I don't know where his head's at, but I don't know that he has a pissed off bone in his body. I don't know that he could get mad at anybody. Like he's nicer than my grandma. Like he's not like I see little old grandma's meaner than him. Like it just doesn't seem like he has that type of personality to just get in guys' faces and hype people up. And again, we talked about it last week. We don't see that fire. We do not see that fire from him. We don't see an Aaron Rodgers type fire, a Tom Brady type fire, or guys just, you don't see him going around amping nobody up or with coaches or none of that. I don't know what is between Carson Wentz's ears right now. And I alluded to it last week, the marriage, the baby, it's a different Carson Wentz. That stuff changes you.
Yeah, I can't listen. I'll say this, right? I'm married, got a kid on the way.
You ain't playing quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, Tom.
I'll be more motivated though, because I got a kid to support. Kep, you got one right behind you.
He got paid.
You got one right behind you. You understand? So he did get paid, but I would. Everything you're saying is right. Everything you're saying is right. I don't see fire. I see a guy that gets dejected quickly after a first pick or a first turnover, where he just feels like doesn't see the field well after that. Listen, it's a collective group on why he's not been good enough too. But I'll say it a million times: when you get paid $100 million, you're there to make up for flaws. You are there to make up for flaws. You are not a statue, right? And never in my life did I think Jared Goff would be better than you. All hands Jared Goff. And everybody out there saying, Tom, how are you picking them to get on track? I'm just playing devil's advocate for the sake of conversation. In no way, shape, or form do I believe the team scores more than 17. But we'll see. But there's always a chance. That's why you lace him up. But he's better than Jared Goff. Looks better than him. Cap, would you have thought that 2 years ago, 3 years?
No, and I wasn't even ready to say John Lynch. There's a Hall of Famer in the chat. From YouTube, John Lynch, hard-hitting safety for the Bucks and the Broncos. But no, I wasn't ready to say Wentz sucks. But the way he looked against the Giants, the way he looked against the Browns, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt against the Giants, whatever. But the way he looked last week, he's not reading the field. His accuracy, it's just I don't want to say he sucks. I do not want to say our number 2 overall pick that we gave up a lot to move up to get. We paid him all that money. I don't want to say he sucks. I do not want to say he sucks. He's got the talent. He's got the tools. But again, I don't know what's between his ears. I don't know what's going on.
Flat out asinine to say he sucks over a 10 game stretch. It's flat out asinine, John. I'm sorry, John. It's flat out asinine. Okay, he has sucked this year. He hasn't been good enough. But to say he sucks now and he's always going to suck, that's delusional talk. Go look at every good quarterback. Even guys who are wearing gold jackets, you understand me? They've had bad years and terrible ones. All right, Peyton Manning's one of them. I think in his 5th year, he threw 25+ interceptions. All right, does he suck? Does Peyton suck? I was always critical of Peyton, but does he suck? And he did that with 2 more.
I'm giving you air horns. You're getting me fired up, Tom.
He did that with 3 Hall of Famers: Edgerrin James, Reggie Wayne, and Marvin Harrison. Still through. If Carson had them 3 guys, you think? Don't forget the offensive line he had too. He has some really good. He had Jeff Saturday, who just so happens to be a Hall of Fame center. Steve, it goes back to last year. You're going to tell me it goes back to last year? What? The last 4 games last year when he carried a bunch of nobodies? Is that what it goes back to, Steve? Because I'm paying $100 million guys to make guys better, and he did. Did he not? You guys have short freaking memories in this city. Did he not? If you want to talk about what he's done now, not good enough. Not good.
Right.
Unacceptable. What else?
We are a what have you done for me lately city, and that's what I love about our fan base. Like, we just won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. So what? We're like, so what? We still wear the memorabilia. We still, I've got a replica Super Bowl ring. Like, I'm glad we got one, but enough is enough. Put your balls on the field. Play like you're playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. Put it all out there. Defense, offense, and it's a collective team. It's a team thing. It's not just Carson. It's not just the defense. It's not just the offensive line. Miles Sanders is dropping balls. Like, everybody needs to be held accountable. The coaching staff, everybody. It's not just Carson Wentz. I'll agree with you, Tom. So I'm going to take back my statement where I said bench him, because Tom got me fired up. I want to see what he could do the rest of the season when stuff isn't going his way. Does he, like, my biggest thing with Cam Newton was hell of an athlete. But when things aren't going his way, he sulks, puts his head under a towel, pouts on the sideline, doesn't give a damn about nobody but himself. I want to see Carson. What the true testament of a man is not when things are going good. It's when there's some adversity. And right now there's some adversity with this football team, with him. I want to see if the moxie, what everybody talk about, the new word this year, moxie. I've heard it so many times. I want to see if Carson Wentz got some testicular fortitude in him and see what he's going to do the rest of the season.
Yeah, you know what I thought? Every kid I've ever coached, right? Like every kid,
right,
all time. Like, what's our response and stuff going to be, right? Because I don't have the last 10 games. I always tell them, if I had a time machine, I'd be rich. I don't have one, so I can't go backwards. What I can do is I can look to the next one, right, and try to get better and figure it out. Right, I know that word "get better" is going to trigger people, but he has to get better. And Gongos and everybody out there telling me I'm an apologist, I'm this, that, or a third. There's no
one in Philadelphia is an apologist. Nobody
apologist ever. Listen, if this continues, he's got to get put down. I'm the same guy who told you I would have sat him down at halftime last week. So how am I an apologist? How am I an apologist? But he's your franchise guy, and we got to hope he's going to be good. So if this year's
not.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's not Bobby Hoying. He's not Kevin Cobb. We didn't, they paid him $100 million. They gave him a lot of money to be the guy. So of course they're going to want to keep the guy under center because again, like I said, Doug doesn't want to lose his job. Howie doesn't want to lose his job. Like heads are going to roll. If this continues, heads are going to roll. Whether it be, it's not going to be the quarterback. It's going to be the coach. It's going to be the GM. It's going to be a coordinator. It's going to be something. It's not going to be the quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to be here because guess
he's going to be here.
You're not taking a $30 million cap hit next year by trading him. So everybody that thinks he's going somewhere, that's delusional and Madden talk. This is business. They're not taking that cap hit, okay? And what am I ignoring, Steve? What am I ignoring? He's been bad.
We're not ignoring it. The organization will ignore it because they're the ones that gave him the money, right?
Yeah,
so they're ignoring it. Fans aren't ignoring it. We want to see. We're talking about it a lot. Like, but we're not ready to say he sucks and that we got to move on from him. Jalen Hurts was a value pick because now all this talk about put Jalen Hurts in. Trade him. Trade Jalen Hurts. So that and when he was drafted, everybody, even myself included, was like, "Oh, how's Carson going to feel about that? What's that going to do to Carson?" Nick Foles left. He didn't have to deal with Nick Foles being whispering in his ear, being in his back pocket. If he played bad, they just put in Nick Foles. Now all this talk about, he's had a stretch of bad games. Now everybody's talking, see what Jalen Hurts don't know the playbook. He comes in and runs zone read. That's it. That's all he knows is to come in and hand it off or keep it. What's the offense going to look like if Jalen Hurts comes in the game? No, he's not Tyrod Taylor. I think he's better than Tyrod Taylor. I think he's better of an athlete. I think he's got a better arm. He's not Tyrod Taylor. I trust me. If Carson Wentz went down with an injury, sure, let's see what Jalen Hurts got. Let's see what Jalen Hurts has. But I don't think at all, like right now. Again, there's gonna be a patchwork offensive line. Again, we're gonna have the 10th different starting lineup on the offensive line in 11 games. Not 1 week has there been the same offensive line for Carson Wentz in I don't know how long.
Well, this is what I want to say to people. When did football become the most individual sport of all time? I just want to know this.
It's not.
Like, he has to play better. He's been atrocious at times. Atrocious. And I would sit him down and when he's atrocious because everybody should be held accountable. You understand? In pro sports, in youth sports, whatever sport you're playing, accountability is all we have. Okay? So, yes, you should be held accountable at times if you don't play well. That doesn't mean the next week you're not my starter again. That's how pro sports should work. But for some reason, the quarterback position all over sports has become a diva position where, like, they can never get sat down. I can pull anybody else out of the game I want in the National Football League. If I pull a quarterback out, oh, my goodness. And the fans help trigger that. Instead of it being, if we didn't get like this, I bet you would happen so much more around the NFL where they'd say, yo, you flat out stink today. Come here. Come watch it with me. Still your job next week. That's accountability, okay? But we're acting like an offensive line doesn't matter anymore. Like Brandon Brooks. No,
he's been running for his life all season.
So
yeah, move the pocket, get him outside the pocket. You can't do that every play. You can't get him outside the pocket every play. You can only move the pocket so many times before they start sending corners and all this other stuff. And I don't think Doug is a good coach on the fly. I really don't. I don't think he's a good coach on the fly. He goes into a game with a game plan and he sticks to it regardless of what the other team's doing. And that's one of his faults. He's Brett Brown. He will not coach the player's strengths. He's going to coach the way he wants to coach, and ultimately that is going to be his demise. Because if it doesn't change, he's gone.
I think he was good at that up until this year, right? Like, I think the one thing you can say about Doug is we didn't start fast a lot of times, but second half we'd make adjustments to come out and play well. This year, complete opposite. Like, I don't know when we played well. Like, first quarter, second quarter, at a half, it feels like, to your point, there's been zero adjustments this year. It's been like, you know what? I'm the offensive coordinator now. I'm the play caller. You know what I mean? It's almost like this whole organization is now full of egos, right? It went from like everybody playing a part and buying in to now like Howie ego, Doug ego. I mean, Jeffrey's always going to have an ego. He's an owner of a professional sports team. You know what I mean? Maybe Carson's got an ego. I don't know. That's been mentioned before. Well, I mean, most quarterbacks do in the National Football League. So I don't care about that. But like when your coach gets an ego that's bigger than the room, that's concerning. That's concerning. It's because you're not Bill Belichick. You didn't win 5 Super Bowls where you can start talking to the media like that. Okay? Like, you won one, but that doesn't give you a free pass forever. We're not Cowboys fans. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, if we were Cowboys fans, we'd be like, yeah, well, Doug can stay forever because we won a Super Bowl with him. No, he has. I don't fire him this year, but if the same thing happens, I get him an offensive coordinator next year, I force that issue, and if the same thing happens again, then guess where you're going?
You got to
2 years.
I don't know. I don't know Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. I don't know if their wives know what goes on, but I think they're married to each other. Like, I honestly think they're married to each other. So they've got to get him an offensive coordinator. He's got to relinquish play calling duties. Get your playmakers, get your players in positions to make plays. Play to your players' strengths. Same with Jim Schwartz. I hope to God Jim Schwartz is gone after this year. I don't know how much more we need to see of Jim Schwartz's defense and it getting shredded week after week by the same mini schemes from teams, the same exact mini schemes. Shred this defense every week, every single week, and it's going to be no different Monday night. Russell Wilson and their mini scheme with their tight ends and their Tyler Lockett and their DK Metcalf, they are going to shred this defense Monday night more than likely. And Jim Schwartz got to go. I don't know, you know, who's out there or who they could bring in as a defensive coordinator, but Jim Schwartz got to go. He can go. He's not. I doubt Jim Schwartz is ever a head coach in this league again, but he'll probably go be a defensive coordinator or a position coach somewhere else on a defense or something like that. But I'm sick of Jim Schwartz's defense, and Doug needs to relinquish play calling duty. I don't know if there's anybody on the team right now that can take over play calling duties and do that much better of a job. Knowing, you know, you see that play chart. Like, I remember when I played football, my playbook was like this. Yeah, right. And now all it is one sheet with like 12 plays.
What did you say, Waffle House last week?
Yeah, it's a Waffle House menu. Like, okay, give me a number. Like, is that like when Doug sends a call in? Number 6.
I like number 6, I think. Well, let me ask you a question, though. Like, because I know people are commenting on this. I know Steve is. And I know I felt this way a little bit. We'll get to all your comments, too, guys, in a sec. We'll get to more of them. But the thing about him seeing defenses, Carson seeing defenses, what I will say is, you know, we talk about Doug and play calling and A, B, C, and D. I got a big issue with probably play design. But I feel like Carson changes a ton of plays at the line of scrimmage. And to try to get us into the play he thinks will fit. That could be a reason why maybe we throw the ball a little bit too much. That could be a reason why some of the play callers are scratch your head. Maybe we put so much emphasis on year 5, giving quarterbacks the free reins. You give franchise guys the free reins, right, Kep? They call their own plays and do all that. We see it all around the league. I mean, people are crazy to think of head coaches call every play. It's not the way it works. You know, it's not. This isn't amateur sports, all right? You're paying a guy $100 million to trust in what he sees out there. So it could very well be that he's not seeing stuff right, that he's not putting us in the right place, which all goes back to, okay, to come have a seat then. So everything circles back then to come have a seat. The one guy I don't want to run out of here is Doug yet, because I still believe he's a great leader of men. I still believe that. I've seen it. I've seen it for too many years in a row to think that this guy forgot how to lead men. But does offensive coordinator need to come in? Does Carson Wentz need to get us in the right play called at the line of scrimmage? Is there a disconnect between Carson, Doug, Marty, the 47 other offensive guys that are here? We all talk about offensive coordinators. There's like 45 offensive guys here. Like 45. There's almost, like Ron Jaworski said on one of our shows, there's almost too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too many. Where there's not like that one other guy kept. There's like 100 guys.
Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Green Goblin,
and I just recently found out that Marty Morningwig was tied to all this somehow. What in the hell? I didn't know that.
Because he's a good play caller.
What in the hell? We got rid of him once before. Why did we bring him back?
I don't know.
What is going? Like what?
AJ, maybe Kep could call better plays. AJ, then Carson. It looks like he could go better.
I don't know. I don't know. Doug likes the Doug apparently plays Madden, so he should just do. He should just do coach suggestions. And my son just dropped. I don't know what the hell.
Where he used fall? Did we get a fall live on air here, guys? Dank says, I think that is the case with Carson. He's not seeing the field well. It all started week 1. I agree with you. You know, he's not seeing the field well. He's not reading defenses well. He's not getting us in the good play calls. That's on him. Now, design, that goes to Doug and his offensive guys, right? So what you see at the line of scrimmage is on Carson Wentz. What happens behind closed doors in that practice, that's putting in a game plan. So the game plan can be shit. Make sense? So the game plan could be crap, which you get, and then that leads into, change of play to the line of scrimmage because everything's crap to begin with. Could be part of it. Could absolutely be part of it. I just believe I'm not ready to give up on Doug. I'm not ready to give up on Carson yet. That doesn't mean that both of them there won't come that time. There's going to come the time if they don't succeed and they don't get it right, that I'll be ready to give up on both of them. Right? But I think they both get another year. That's it. That's it. If they're tied to hip together. If they both stink next year, then they both can go. All right? Then they both take a walk. I'm fine with it, guys. And I hope everybody understands what I'm trying to say is that I'm not taking blame away from anybody in certain situations. I'm more clarifying what the blame. Plays at the line of scrimmage, play calls in the moment is on Carson Wentz. Design, game plans, all that is on Doug's staff and himself because he wants to be the offensive coordinator. So you're up here. So you get full blame when your game plan stinks. Adjustments, all that. Doug, staff, right? That stunk too. So when you look at the big picture here, you know what the big picture is? We stink.
Yeah.
We stink.
And somebody said Lurie wasn't at the Browns game. There were reports that he was mad. I don't know how the owner doesn't show up to the game. There were reports that he was sick, that he might have contracted COVID. We don't know. We don't know. But Jeffrey Lurie's never been the owner not to be quiet. When he needs to speak, he speaks. And we talked about it last week. And I thought that if they didn't show up against the Browns, that Jeffrey Lurie would say something. And he didn't. But I guess he wasn't there. So maybe that's why he didn't say anything. But I fully expect Jeffrey Lurie to come out and either back Howie Roseman and Doug, or he's going to come out and say things need to change. And if they don't, I'll make the changes. I'll make the necessary changes. Again, Howie Roseman was put in the back of the building because of Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly wanted everything. So Jeffrey Lurie was like, okay, you can have everything. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that you can do it. Mm-hmm. He gave him a year. After that second year, Jeffrey Lurie was like, all right, you're done. Howie, you're back in charge. So again, like we were saying, they're a match made in heaven. Apparently, like Jeffrey Lurie can't sleep without Howie Roseman and vice versa. So, but like Tom was saying, give him another year. Get an offensive coordinator in here. Get some weapons in here. Free agents, trades. Alshon's probably gone. Who knows if Zach Ertz comes back. But the other thing too is the cap is going to be awful next year. We're going to be up against it with the cap. So they're going to have to, Howie's going to have to pull some magic tricks off in the offseason to bring some guys in here and surround Carson with talent. We need a left tackle. Lane Johnson, thank goodness he can, sit out the rest of the year, get healthy.
Get him out of here, though. How do we get Howie Roseman out of here? What do we got to do? Sign petitions? What do we got to do? Do we got to sign petitions with our draft grades? Like on who's not. I mean,
Jeffrey Lurie. There's no way. There's no way Jeffrey Lurie doesn't listen to the radio. Doesn't There's no way. We can all see that the drafts have not been good. Personnel changes. Personnel has not been good. So somebody has to be brought in that knows personnel. What's his name from ESPN? He was a personnel guy.
Louis Riddick.
Look
what Mike Mayock did when he got
Mike. Yep.
Look at, just guys who study the draft, guys who study college players that don't have, are just better at it than some of these guys. But guess what? They might, at the end of the day, we're going to do a show, I think next weekend, we're going to say, who are the 5 best players under 25 on this roster? And it is uphill sledding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay? That should never be the case with the amount of picks that this guy's had and has missed on. Should never be the case that there's not enough talent on this roster. Should never be the case.
We're solid. I don't know that Jordan Mailata is an NFL tackle. Yeah, he's big. He played rugby. Cool. He's athletic. Whatever. He has not showed promise when he's been in there. Andre Dillard.
He showed
we expected him to have a good season, but he got hurt. We don't know what to expect out of Andre Dillard. We don't. I wasn't sure about Andre Dillard when I heard he was going to be starting at left tackle this year. I wasn't sure of it. So when he got hurt and he went out for the year, I was like, okay, so he might have been good this year. We don't know if he would have because we didn't see him enough. He's a rookie.
You would hope that a first-round pick.
Yeah, you would hope. But but the way this team is drafted,
well, that's the only thing he's good at. Like that's literally the only thing he's good at is drafting linemen. Like he's literally not good at drafting any other position outside of offensive lineman. Like literally, think about it. Like think about it for a sec. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling that this guy can miss.
I don't know what your guys' definition of good is, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people's definition of good is.
For what?
When I think good, I think Jason Peters in his prime. He ain't Jason Peters in his prime.
I think people say good because of what was expected, the sort of the little bit of growth he's had, never playing the sport before. I mean, all that you can
yeah.
Better than I expected. I'll say that. I'll say that he's played better than I could probably expected him to play. So, I mean, it's definitely a positive that there's a guy who can be a little bit of a Swiss Army knife for you and doesn't need to be a starter, right? Like, I think he'd be better suited. Guys is like a big V type, a guy who can play both tackle spots for you, right? Because you would assume coming in next year, Dillard, right, who's a first-round pick, and Lane Johnson are going to be your 2 tackles. So, I mean, I'm totally okay with Jordan Mailata, who's had now experience under his belt, which is so important for offensive linemen. I have no problem with him being my backup to either position. But, like, anybody that thinks, like, long-term starter right now, I think you're a little too soon with that. But as your first guy in that can play left or right tackle, I'm confident in him having to step in for a game or 2 games or even a little bit more extended period if a guy goes down. Because I'm not like, I don't think he stinks. I think he's played. I think
he's serviceable, but I'll give it to the chat. All right, I'll agree to disagree. I'll give it to you guys. Okay, so he's been good. What do we have to go off of? This offensive line has been absolutely horrendous. So he's been a bright spot on the other than Jason Kelce. Because let's be honest, Jason Kelce's the best center in football. I don't care what nobody says.
I agree.
And to me, for him to go out with the injury he went out with last week, and for him to come back and to gut that out, like that dude's a warrior. That dude better be in midnight green his entire career. That dude is not just for a Super Bowl speech, but just the type of person he is. He's the best center in football, hands down. But minus Jason Kelce, because even Lane Johnson hasn't looked good at times. Even Lane Johnson has had awful games this year. So to say Jordan Mailata is good, yeah, he's good on this offensive line. He's good on this offensive line. So, but for me to trust Jordan Mailata on Carson Wentz's blind side, from here on out, with people talking about Andre Dillard, and again, we haven't seen enough of Andre Dillard. So we don't. Kelsey's about to retire. What?
Shit. Yeah, he might retire next year. Cap. The fact of the matter is, Andre. Somebody said, who said this? Brooke. Oh, AJ said. So AJ says Brooks and Lane are the only sure starters moving forward. I disagree. I mean, not because and talent wise, because I agree with you there, AJ. But like I drafted Andre. I didn't personally, but my genius GM drafted Andre Dillard. I mean, he better be in a first round. He better be my left tackle of the future, or it's another huge miss and a huge indictment on Howie Roseman. So if it is another miss, AJ, to your point, which I don't disagree with, another reason he should be fired then. Just another one of the many reasons, because you can't miss consistently, right, Cap? Like if there was another miss, where are we at as an organization? Where? I mean, we're expecting him to be our bookend left tackle. If he's another miss, we're in a lot of trouble. I don't care who your quarterback is.
And like you were saying, Jeffrey Lurie probably gives this staff. I honestly don't think he gives Jim Schwartz another year. I honestly don't. I think Jim Schwartz is gone. To what you were saying earlier, I think Jeffrey Lurie gives Howie Roseman and Doug Pederson one more year to see if they can't get it right, or they bring in an offensive coordinator. They bring in guys to put around Carson Wentz. And again, you can't. A lot of people say, "Oh, excuses. Injuries aren't an excuse." It really is. If you've seen how decimated this team has been by injury the last couple of years, it can be used as an excuse.
It can.
You got guys coming off the street, off the practice squad, playing skill positions, protecting your quarterback. It can most certainly be used as an excuse when it comes to organizational football and the locker room in that organization. As fans, we don't like to, next man up. We don't like to fans like to blow it out of proportion too. Oh, we lost to such and such because such and such wasn't in the game, or this injury, that injury. But that should most certainly play a part into who going forward, who's on your team, who's under center, who's calling plays, who's this, who's that. I think it most certainly can be used as an excuse.
Listen, I would say over a 1 year sample size, no, not like 1 year. Good teams overcome it, and they did. They did, and they won a Super Bowl, right? And then it happened again to them, and they overcame it again and got to the playoffs. And then it happened again to them, and they overcame it again and got to the playoffs. I think at some point that wears out. At some point, next man up is just not flying because guys are just. It just becomes. It takes a toll. It takes a toll on an organization. It takes a toll on a coaching staff. It takes a toll on everyone. So at some point, I think that next man up mentality does wear off a little bit. And I think that's where we're at right now, to your point, Kevin, where
we didn't have this problem. And I'm going to say it, and I don't want to because I hate the guy and I hate the name. But we didn't have this problem with Chip Kelly and sports science and smoothies. Bring Chip Kelly back. All right, we brought Marty Morningwig back. Bring Chip Kelly back, put him in the kitchen, and have him and his sports scientists make smoothies so no one gets hurt. Because I'm about tired. I'm about tired of the injury report week in and week out. I'm tired of the injury reserve report year after year. Bring Chip back, have him in the kitchen making smoothies.
I would love to be a fly on the wall there, Cap. If Chip came back making smoothies and he had to make a couple for Howie, I would love to just be listening to that conversation.
Some better taste test. They're gonna have taste testers for Howie's smoothies.
We'll get out like the vaccine. rapid smoothies.
Oh man. Oh, that was a hyped up hour. We touched on a lot. But we're gonna get into the simulation. We did the second part of this Keps Korner. Do this every Saturday night, 7 to 9 Eastern. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Me and my guy Tom. This is brought to you by All Campus OC, allcampusoc.com, Ocean City Boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. And get all your hats, your T-shirts, your apparel, all kinds of stuff at allcampusoc.com. 15% off using the discount code Keps Korner. Get you some apparel. Christmas is coming. Get you some Sixers and Flyers hats, maybe some Phillies hats. Pretty soon, JT Realmuto jerseys are going to be 75% off. Because John Middleton apparently lost $2 billion since March somehow. We won't get into that. We'll save that for somebody else's podcast. But get you some apparel, allcampusoc.com.
One more thing.
Well, anyway, the second part of this show was that, Tom?
Okay. One more thing real quick for the people. 25% off BoeyDrinkers.com. Not only all PhillyDrinkers.com merch is 25% off, but all A2D merch that's on PhillyDrinkers.com. They handle all our merchandise over there. It's 25% off. So not just for Black Friday. We're rolling this out for a little bit longer. So hop on. We got tons of merch over there, tons of gear. We got everything from tumblers, shirts to sweatshirts to beanies. I mean, I don't know what we don't have. Honestly, I don't know what Alex has about 90 items up there for A2D. So go check it out.
If there's anything good about merchandise when it comes to, meme type merchandise, Philly's got to be right up there with the best as far as what the t-shirts they come up with and the novelty stuff and just the memes. And I look at the stuff all the time. Philly Drinkers, there's a bunch of other ones I look at all the time too. And there's just some hilarious stuff. So if you're a Philly fan, you want to get, definitely Philly Drinkers, Philadelphia QB Factory.
Okay, we got that one up there. Where's the other?
Yeah, would you fire Jim and plug Patricia in now that the Lions let his ass go? I mean, Patricia is obviously going to be available. But I don't like Jim Schwartz. I haven't liked Jim Schwartz. So yeah, I'd take Matt Patricia. I'd take Matt Patricia as a defensive coordinator. Bill Belichick tree. He doesn't have a lot to work with in Detroit other than Matt Stafford. So you never know, man. I don't know. I just don't want Jim Schwartz. I know that.
Yeah, I'm done with Jimmy.
I'm tired of the 3rd and 8 and your DBs are lined up 12 yards off the ball and you're giving them an easy first down to the sticks. You haven't seen much of the sticks defense this year, and that's because the defense hasn't had teams in a 3rd and 15 much this year. So we haven't seen that much. But if it comes down to it and it's 3rd and 18, sure enough, Jim Schwartz has 2 linemen, 1 linebacker, and everybody else is at the sticks, and then they give up a screen pass and it goes for a first down. Or whatever. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. Or you give up enough yardage to get into field goal territory when you've only got a few seconds left in the half, and for whatever reason you're running that defense and you let the team get into field goal range. So we've seen it enough. I've seen it enough. I'm tired of it. I'm done with Jim Schwartz. But at some point, that defensive line has to produce with how much they're getting paid. Brandon Graham has had an outstanding year. Fletcher Cox isn't showing up on the stat sheet. He's had a decent year. Hell, Vinny Curry's haven't even had a decent year. Derek Barnett has had a decent year. They've all had decent years, but they don't put it together at the same time. It's always one guy. It's never, oh my God, the Eagles defensive line, they all showed up. So they've got to start producing, and they've got to help out that secondary. Darius Slay is only one man. I don't think Avonte Maddox is all that. I don't think Nicole Roby-Coleman is all that. I don't think Cravon LeBlanc is all that. Rodney McLeod's had a decent year. Jalen Mills has gotten torched. His move to safety, we thought that was going to do him some good. I don't think it really did. We haven't seen much of Will Parks. We haven't seen much of Kayvon Wallace. So again, and our linebackers absolutely stink. Alex Singleton has been decent, and he's stepped in there because of injuries. I'd take Alex Singleton over Nathan Gary. I'm done with Nathan Gary too. He can help Jim Schwartz pack his bags. They can both pack each other's bags, and they can be gone. I like Alex Singleton. I like what he's done. Davion Taylor has made some plays, but again, he's raw. The future. I think the future is okay with our front seven if Davion Taylor develops. Our linebackers have been terrible, but other than that, man, I don't know how much more we've got. We have to look forward to, and us as fans, we only see so much. We see a lot, but we don't see what the front office sees and what the coaching staff sees. So they've got to get it together, and it starts with Jeffrey Lurie. He's got to start, sticking his nose in there. Not Jerry Jones type sticking his nose in there, but he needs to do something. So we're gonna move on with the show. The second part of the show, we simulate the game between the Eagles' opponent coming up, and obviously Monday night prime time against the Seattle Seahawks. We are at home, no fans in the stadium. So hopefully they can get up. We always play the Seahawks tough, no matter what time of the year it is, whether it's the regular season or the playoffs. We always play them tough. Maybe Carson Wentz comes out this week, Monday night, and he's like, you know what? Last time I played this team, it took a dirty hit to take me out of the game. Who knows? We might have won that football game if I stay in there. So he might be playing with a chip on his shoulder Monday night. He might be playing with a chip on his on his shoulder Monday night, and he comes out and produces. Who knows? Miles Sanders goes off. Dallas Goedert goes off. Travis Fulgham has been nowhere to be found the last 3 or 4 games. Nowhere to be found.
2 really disappearing acts. The last 2.
Maybe Alshon. Alshon's got enough. Alshon's warmed up. He's played 2 weeks now. And again, the Seattle defense has not played particularly well, even with names like Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams and the corner. I can't think of his name right now. The twin. Griffin. Yeah. Shaq Griffin. They've got some names on that defense. So hopefully our offensive line can hold up and protect Carson a little bit. I did make the lineups according to how it's going to be. Seahawks are only going to be without Benny Snell, their left tackle or right tackle, one of their tackles. He plays one of their tackle spots. Maybe Brandon Graham goes off. Maybe Derek Barnett goes off and gets to Russ. But if you get to Russ, you know what happens. He can make plays. So Russ always kills us. We'll see what happens. We're going to be without Lane Johnson. We're going to be without Jason Peters more than likely. So I finagled it. I couldn't finagle. I put Jason Peters at guard. So I finagled it to where the rosters might be Monday night. Could or could not be Monday night. They're getting back Chris Carson, so their run game is going to be a little bit better than it has been, which doesn't bode well for our defense with Russ back there. Their play action, and I don't know, man. I just hope it's a competitive game. I don't know what Tom wants to do with a prediction. We're going to go 6-minute quarters.
Well, $100 free A2D merch. If anybody nails the simulation prediction. Nobody got it right last week. We had people close, but nobody got it right. So we'll try it again. So you nail it. 6-minute quarters, and you got to pick the winner and the score. Score's got to be right. Got to nail the score. So $100 free A2D merch if you nail the score. Let's see what you got, peeps. See how smart you are.
Go 8:15, Lincoln Financial Field.
And Dang says, got to watch Adams blitzing. Listen, you got to watch everything with this offense. Who's going to stop Lockett? Nobody. John Lynch, 21-14 Seahawks. Remember, 6-minute quarters. 6-minute quarters, so don't get ahead of yourself. What am I a liar about, Steve? What? What did I lie about? Did somebody nail the score last week? If they did, send me a screenshot of it. I'll send you the merch. Ain't no lie here, brother. Because I'm on every day. How can I lie to you? You can call me a liar if I can't be on every day and lie to people. I would go hide. So I don't know how I lie. If somebody nails the pick, here we go. Let's go. What did I lie about? Tell me. Better do it quick.
Get your predictions in.
Always something. Ewing, 17-3, Seattle. AJ, remember, 6-minute quarters. Don't get aggressive. They show 35-7 Seattle. I mean, you guys had 6-minute quarters. Brian Daly, 24-10 Seahawks. Molly Mall, 24-10 Seahawks. Oh, 2 with the same score. Uh-oh. What am I lying? I'm still waiting to know what I lied about. Wait a little bit. Bobby Eagles, 17-9 Seahawks. Rob Alexander, 31-20 Seahawks. Devil Dog, 48-14 Seahawks. Bill Middlebrook, 2017. Mike Parker, 2010. All right, tried to read them all off as quick as I could right there. We still see him coming in. You still can get him in. We'll give you like a minute. 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. Still get him in. Wilson looks
Seattle's going to take the kickoff. What's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow? I forgot to check the weather. What's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow or Monday night in Philly? Anybody know?
I'll tell you right now. Darius
24-23 Eagles. 20-6, huh? 2 field goals, or we miss an extra point?
Monday, thunderstorms likely. Storms may contain some strong gusty winds. High near 65. 100 chance of rain, 100%. Rainfall might reach 1 inch.
Ooh, that's gonna be nasty.
That's daytime. Nighttime, partly cloudy skies. Low of 47. Winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. So no rain at night, but 10 to 15 mile winds. That's not crazy. Only 47. So
okay. This formation. Look at the Seattle coming out in this. Russ drops back to pass, little drag route, and that's going to kill us, man. I have a feeling Tyler Lockett's had so many huge games this year for Seattle, and I don't think Monday night's going to be any different. Darius Slay's not going to be able to cover Metcalf and Lockett at the same time. So whoever's on one or the other, I fully expect Seattle to exploit whoever Darius Slay is not covering.
Spidey, it's 2020, Spidey. They got the best turfs around. It ain't going to be.
And there's DK Metcalf up the seam, and he's gone. He's gone. There was nobody around him. I don't know who was supposed to be covering him. But DK Metcalf is gone. Second play of the game, touchdown Seattle. Oh, my God. Jalen Mills didn't rotate over. They were in a single high safety, and that was just a seam throw. Up the seam to DK Metcalf for a long touchdown.
Everybody's laughing. Oh my goodness. Was that 3 plays in or 2? Was that 2?
That was their second play. Second play from scrimmage. Touchdown.
Madden is
it's ridiculously accurate.
Yep, that's what Ryan said. Madden, ridiculously accurate. Dang says Madden. People say Madden's unrealistic. Molly, that was fast. Yeah, it was, brother. A little too quick. A little too fast.
Sending my son to the corner store. Need some drinks in the house.
Game over, Fire Dog.
Game at halftime. Give him the old how was the corner's name that retired at halftime for the Bills? Vontae Davis.
Yeah,
No, give him the old varsity blues treatment. Don't come out at halftime. Just box up your stuff. Look at this. Look at those 2019 stats from Carson.
Yeah, such a bad year.
Terrible. And again, he threw for over 4,000 yards without a single receiver going over 1,000 yards. He did that with guys like Greg Ward and Deontay Burnett and Josh Perkins.
Steve, what are we lying about, Steve? I'm going to say it again to you, buddy, because I already
DK Metcalf is ridiculous in Madden, too. He's insane.
Oh, good start. Good start on the offense.
Good play call right there. It was a 26 ISO that went nowhere. He had bad stretches last year. Not like we're seeing this year. Oh, yeah, you know we got to follow up that defensive effort with a 3 and out.
It's only fitting.
All right, shotgun. Stack. Oh, my God. Okay, nice little dot there to Travis Fulgham. Travis Fulgham gets up the field. He's going to get a first down. 21-yard gain.
Great pickup by Miles.
Travis Fulgham. Nice little broken tackle.
See that pickup on Miles on the blitz there? That was a great pickup.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to get to him, and Miles picked up the blitz. Terrell Owens without the baggage sighting. God, that drives me nuts. When I first saw that, I don't know who did that, who wrote that up, or who said that. Terrell Owens is arguably top 3 wide receiver of all time. Let's not be
carried away here.
Okay. 2 routes in the same area. They collide. Dallas Goedert comes down with the ball. 12-yard reception for Goedert. 2 of 2. 2 for 2, Carson Wentz. Nice little first down. We didn't go 3 and out. Yeah, the Fulgham mania has kind of slowed down a little bit. 4 wide. Goddard in the slot. Draw play to Miles Sanders up the middle. Nothing doing there. 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Oh, you know what? Seattle picked up Carlos Dunlap too. Ugh. We'll see. We'll see what this offensive line can do against them Monday night. Inside zone to Miles Sanders off the left side. Nice pickup there. 3rd and 3. 3rd and manageable. Again, I've got Driscoll at right tackle. I've got Mailata at left tackle, and I've got Jason Peters at right guard because I'm pretty sure that's, if he can play, that's probably where he's playing. Unless they slot, unless they, I don't know what they're going to do. If Jason Peters can't play, I don't know what they're going to do. Had the crossing route to Alshon. He waits too long, throws it across the field. They're going to come up a yard short. Carson had him coming across the field and didn't find him till way late. 4th and 1 on the 36. Does Dougie go for it here, or are they going to take 3? Doug goes for it here if we're being honest.
Oh my God, that's so.
Nope, they're going to line up.
That's so real.
52-yard field goal.
That's so realistic. That last play.
Kick is up, and it's no good. Jake Elliott misses a 52-yard field goal. 4th and 1. That's not the play there. I think Doug goes for that. 36-yard line, 4th and 1. Doug, without a doubt, goes for that. But nonetheless, Madden simulation, Seahawks are going to take over. Pretty good field position. You know what? Jason Peters, he had a tough game against Olivier Vernon. But that's why they rest him so much. And I thought with all the rest they gave him over the week that he was gonna be okay, but he was awful. Olivier Vernon took him to the cleaners way too many times. I think Olivier Vernon had 3.5 sacks. So I mean, Olivier Vernon had a good enough game to get a team of the week item in Madden. So when we're talking ultimate team, like I don't know if any of you guys in the chat any of these chats play Madden, but there's this thing called Madden Ultimate Team, and all the sports games now made by EA at least have Ultimate Team, where you build your team with legends, and every week they drop new content, good players from that week. But Olivier Vernon got an upgrade because of how good of a game he had. So 3rd and 5 here for the Seahawks. Big 3rd down early on in the game. 1.5 remaining in the first. Seattle up 7-0. Second play from scrimmage. Russell Wilson hit DK Metcalf up the seam for a long touchdown. 3rd and 5. Let's see if the defense can get off the field here.
Probably not.
I play Madden, but I hate Mutt. I hear you, Dank Burrito. Dank Burrito, if I was not a streamer, if I didn't stream it for a living, if it wasn't my job, I would hate Mutt too. I didn't play Madden. Madden Ultimate Team came out in 2012, I believe. And Russell Wilson up the middle, big gain, doesn't even slide. He's like, you know what? You're not. He took on TJ Edwards or Duke Riley, excuse me, Duke Riley. Russell Wilson with a first down run on 3rd and 5. Madden Ultimate Team came out in 2012, I believe, for Madden, and I didn't play it till 2016. It's been my job since 2015, excuse me. But it was Madden 16 where I touched Madden Ultimate Team for the first time, and it's addicting. It's very addicting.
Is it?
Very addicting. You'll either spend a lot of time or a lot of money. The best way to acquire a great team is to spend a lot of money.
And you can play Madden Ultimate Teams online too, right? Where's people?
Yep. That's what I do every day on Twitch. Play other people in Madden Ultimate Team.
That's cool.
And there's this thing called Weekend League where you have from Thursday evening at 4:30 till Monday morning at 10:30 to play 25 games. And everybody you play thinks they're playing for $1 million. So you just sit here and sweat through 25 games, all for a coin reward, so that you can just upgrade your team the next week with your rewards. It's like Madden Ultimate Team and Weekend League is like walking over hot coals with no shoes. It's that painful. But it's entertaining for other people to watch, which is why I make a pretty decent living having people watch me play video games, because misery loves company.
For sure, right?
They enjoy when I get upset and yell and cuss at the screen and go off on my digital guys. Single back bunch here for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson under center. Chris Carson in the backfield. DK Metcalf out wide to the right. Russell Wilson drops him back. Oh, it's thrown over the middle. It's picked off by a linebacker? TJ Edwards with the interception?
Wow, TJ Edwards sighting. TJ Edwards with a big play.
TJ Edwards was in a spy, or he might have been in a 3-rec. No, he was in a 3-rec. Just watching that tight end route. TJ Edwards with the interception. Take advantage of this, Carson. Take advantage.
Wow. I said the only chance we could win this game, period, simulation or not, was taking the ball away from them at least twice. Got to be twice at minimum to win this game. Because you saw on a 4th or 3rd and 1, Carson maybe make the worst, or no, a 4th and 3 or 3rd and 3, make the worst pass ever in Madden.
Got 2 wide here. Oh, Fulgham across the middle. Nice catch. Nice throw there by Carson. Could have been intercepted, but linebacker wasn't paying attention. 2nd and 1, big 9-yard gain. 1st and 10 play, 9 yards. Don't get behind the sticks. We've seen that all too much this year with the offense. Getting behind the sticks, whether it be a penalty or, negative play. This is without a doubt an inside zone. There it is. Inside zone to Miles Sanders off the left side. He's going to pick up the first down. 3-yard gain. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in. Keps Korner brought to you by All Campus OC. They are a hat and apparel store in the Ocean City Boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. Check out allcampusoc.com. Use code Keps Korner for 15% off your merchandise. Christmas is coming up. Use that code. Get you some merchandise for that special someone in your life that likes hats, T-shirts, any type of apparel. Get on allcampusoc.com.
Who was that last catch to? Goddard?
That was Goddard. There we go. On kidnapping you. If they did, they'd bring you back.
I just heard that one.
Carson Wentz in the shotgun. Inside zone. Miles Sanders up the middle. Was that man Bobby Wagner? I haven't heard much about Bobby Wagner this year.
Nah, probably because they haven't been good defensively. But every time I watch him, he's all over the freaking field still.
Yeah, he's still one of the best linebackers in the NFL, hands down. Watch Jamal Adams just destroy people Monday night. Have like 2 picks. Another inside zone play. Oh, reach for it, Miles. Miles gets a first down.
Oh boy,
down to the 36-yard line. We're in field goal range again. Jake Elliott did miss a 52-yarder on a 4th and 1. Thought Doug was going to go for it. Nonetheless, here we are. 1st and 10, 36-yard line. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
Run it again. Only 5 in the box.
Shotgun stack again.
Run it again. Nope, 5 in the box. They throw.
Nice little dot there to Travis Fulgham. Carson Wentz is 6 of 6 for 63 yards.
Sort of how he
Travis Fulgham, 3 catches.
He started Cleveland out like that too, Cap, right? He
did.
6, and then the pick came, which wasn't even on him personally, but that changed the whole game for him. He didn't look the same after.
No, that was a nice delayed blitz by Denzel Ward that caused that pick 6 last week. Little fake jet sweep to Fulgham. Miles Sanders up the middle. 7 rushes for 21 yards. Another first down for the Eagles. The Eagles are moving. Eagles are moving the ball now. They just got to cash in. 26-yard line, just outside the red zone here for the Eagles. 1st and 10. It's going to be the probably 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. 7-0 Seahawks. 1 big play from Russell Wilson to DK Metcalf, which could well be a very good possibility. God, we get to see DK Metcalf again and think to ourselves, he would have looked good in an Eagles uniform. But instead, we got JJ Arthega downside.
What's up, Jay Koch?
Look at Alshon sighting. First down. 7 of 7 for 74 yards for Carson.
Guy's flat out slinging it in this one.
Jay Koch, what's up, buddy?
Dang says Brett Coleman did a video on how the Seahawks weren't playing their assignments correctly. They were doing their own things at times. That makes sense. It happens sometimes when you got a lot of, you got a few star players. They'll do that.
What? That was a big thing with Jamal Adams in New York. So that doesn't surprise. Oh, got it across the middle. Nice find there from Carson Wentz. Dallas got it with a receiving touchdown. Nice little find there from Carson Wentz across the middle. Carson Wentz is 8 of 8 with a touchdown. Beautiful throw.
He very well could play just like this to start on Monday night. It wouldn't like shock me. I know people out there would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he started well. It's just if he does make a mistake, how does he respond to it? I could see him start well. Hopefully he does.
Again, I think at some point you've got to see that northern Midwest rough, tugged, the hunter. Like you've got to see that mentality come out of him eventually, where he's just lighting people up on the sideline or like something. I just want to see something out of him, some kind of fire. And this would be a game to do it. Monday night against the Seahawks.
What can you?
All the talk about him going out in the playoff game.
What can you control, Cap, in life, sports, anything? Effort, energy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I'm not saying he's not an effort and energy guy. He's definitely an effort guy, but I would like to see the energy towards his teammates. When you're getting paid that much money, now you're the franchise guy. You're the leader in the pack. You have every right to bring guys over and huddle guys up. And, even in a game where you might be struggling, bring all your guys together. Talk about it. Figure it out on the sidelines together. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what good teams do. To your point.
And to that point, do you think those guys look at him as a leader? Could it be that too? Do you think Carson Wentz doesn't have the
locker room? Well,
locker room.
Perception's reality. You can get the locker room. Do you want the locker room? You know what I mean? Do you want it? Because you can get it, and that's by leading. Not only by example, which I think he does very well in terms of practicing and stuff. I don't think he's like a lazy guy or anything like that.
No.
But in terms of, hey, bringing guys together, and you can create that. You can change and go create that and be that guy. Like there doesn't mean because you don't have to be a rah pom-pom guy. I don't, you know what I mean? Everybody's different. But you sure, geez, look at this.
Look at Russell Wilson. That's some Russell Wilson stuff right there.
That's some stuff after we score touchdowns. That's what happens. Our defense says, oh, here you go. We'll give up a 40-yard play or whatever it is, or 20-plus yarders. But, you can grow into being not a guy who's yelling and screaming at guys, but bringing guys together, guys. There's no reason. Like, you know what I mean? There's no reason you can't turn into that kind of guy. You should. I mean, that you know what I mean? You don't have to be yelling and screaming at guys, but bring guys in after things go wrong.
Yeah. Have a nice little, because you haven't even heard anything this year about a team only meeting or a team meeting, like players only.
No,
you would at any other year you would hear something like Malcolm Jenkins would have one, or somebody would have a players only meeting, and that hasn't happened. We haven't heard about it anyway. Or maybe Alshon lost Josina Anderson's number. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. She blocked him on Twitter. I don't know. Marquis says if he plays like this, Doug will definitely abandon the run. You're probably right. Von Talk podcast. He usually starts well with the early scripted plays. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how. Like I said, we'll see how it goes as the game continues. And this is fun.
Nice little find there by Russell Wilson. 1:05 remaining. They're driving. Eagles do get the second half kickoff. They'll be getting the ball to start the second half. So here we go. Here's a nice little huddle. I don't know what Brandon Graham's doing over there, but
yeah, was Brandon off the field?
Jordan Palmer? Oh, yeah, the Tampa did lose. Yeah. I mean, Nick Foles doesn't look like he's playing this week, so Mitch Trubisky's going to have another shot. Tomorrow we can enjoy some football, and then we're not going to have to stress until Monday night.
The Fletcher right there. Yeah,
that was a little Fletcher Cox.
100% right. 100%.
A little Fletcher Cox in the backfield.
So Dank says reset his mechanics, quicken up his arm motion. Listen, I mean,
they've tried to mess with his mechanics forever. You can't The guy is how old? It's his 5th year in the league. You're not going to teach him how to. You're not going to reteach him how to throw a football. That's just the way it is. That's just how he throws the ball.
No, you gotta stop trying to make guys into robots and let guys go
Just
play.
let him play.
What got you here? What got you? You clean things up. You know, you're not going to be able to reset. I don't know. Muscle memory is so big in it. I mean, you could, I guess, in an off season, if you went to a guy who could do things for you. I mean, he has the money to do that. I don't know why he wouldn't be. I assume he does. You know what I mean? I assume he does. Like, it's hard for me to say he doesn't.
Oh, big play there. Look at Fletcher Cox was in a spy on Russell Wilson and was able to keep him from picking up a first down. Big stop there. 4th and 3 from the 33 is going to be a 50-yard field goal.
Oh, that's good. It's against us. We know how this goes. Everybody in the country knows how this one goes.
Oh, we blocked one last week. Blocked one here. Although it's pick us up. Nowhere near good.
Get a piece? Did we get a piece?
Nowhere near good.
Any piece or just a shank? Shankoponimus?
He just came up short. Didn't have enough leg on a 50-yarder.
Wow.
Eagles going to take over at the 40-yard line. 2 timeouts. Carson Wentz is too nice. We were talking about that earlier. Like, I just don't think Carson Wentz has a mean bone in his body. Like, he's not gonna. He's got that patented unsnap one side of the chin strap and walk off the field, swinging his arms and just like you could just tell. Like, he's not gonna go to a wide receiver. Like, he doesn't. And again, if he had the locker room, would he be able to go up to a receiver and say, "Hey, look, you know, this, and this. Let's get on the same page. We gotta make plays." Oh, nice little find there to Goddard down to the 40. Nice little seam route there from Goddard. Carson is lighting it up right now in the first half. I believe he's 9 of 9 or 10 of 10. 9 of 9 for a 109. 10 of 10 for 109.
I guess we call timeouts this week, Cap.
We are. Yeah, we'll see. 5 wide, Goddard in the slot.
Remember last week we didn't call any in the simulation down the stretch?
What?
Oh,
that was a terrible throw there. Carson Wentz, 9 of 10 for 109. It's his first incompletion. Had Miles Sanders lined up out wide. Might have had him. I don't think anybody was covering him. Carson Wentz trying another little across the middle crossing route. Gun bunch here. Carson Wentz drops back. Plenty of time. Throws an out route to Goddard. Goddard, stiff arm, doesn't get out of bounds. They're going to have to take a timeout down to the 33-yard line. Does Doug try and get a quick out here? Or is he going to line up, try for 3? Looks like the offense is on the field. 3rd and 4. Can't have anything inbounds here. Clock will run out, and that'll be it. Try and get you, 5-6 yards here on an out route or something. Oh, nope. They're going to line up for a 50-yarder. 3rd and 4, 50-yard field goal attempt for Jake Elliott.
Big one.
Kick is up. Kick is good. He nails it. Eagles going into the half, 10-7.
Wow.
Nice little drive there to end the half after Seattle's missed field goal. Eagles do get the ball to start the second half. They're going to go into the locker room up 10-7, barring a return here.
And don't we get the ball? We get the ball at half, right?
Eagles do get the ball at half.
Ooh. Could this be? Could it be?
It's setting up. Don't give us hope. Don't give us hope. Oh, Madden. I'm not going off of Madden. I'm not. I play enough Madden to know. Homer brings it out 1 yard deep. 2 seconds remaining. Probably just going to take a knee. Did they bring back Shaquem Griffin? Did Seattle bring back Shaquem Griffin?
No, I didn't think he was with them anymore.
He was just there on the special teams. I saw the number and I saw the
Yeah, I thought he was on it too. Somebody told me the other night he wasn't, but I don't know. I could have swore he was too.
And they're just going to take a knee. We're going to go into the half up 10-7. Skip the halftime show.
What's up, Matt?
Tell you what.
All right, Marquise, it does, brother. The 17-9's not looking good at all. Because, yeah,
There.
it won't hit.
There's our halftime show. Woo!
Yeah, Moimar says he is in Chicago, practice squad.
There was our halftime show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, he's in Chicago. Okay. Y'all see the halftime show? Did you hear it? Did you see it?
I saw it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Eagles get the ball. Shotgun bunch. Carson dropping back the pass. Finds Goddard. 11 of 12 for 124 yards for Carson Wentz. He continues.
Marquise loves running the ball. I mean, Marquise would handle it all 45 times. I love it. I think every comment, run the ball. I love it. For 3 weeks. I love it. Put it in somebody's gut a little bit.
Nice little draw play here. Miles Sanders. Oh my! Had a hole if he cut back. Miles not running the ball too good here in this game. 3rd and 3. We go from a 2nd and 1 to a 3rd and 3. Big third down here early in the second half. Eagles up 10-7. Carson's lighting it up right now. That was like Sega graphics. Rod, that was Super Tecmo Bowl. I'm showing my age. Greatest football game of all time, Super Tecmo Bowl, for the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
The GOAT of football games. Tecmo.
Trips tight end here. Inside zone. Carson keeps it. I don't know why. Oh my goodness. If he'd have gave it to Miles had a huge hole up the middle for a first down. Carson keeps it. 4th and 2 from their own 33. More than likely a punt situation here.
Huge hole. Wow. I mean, probably still would be running. He'd probably still be running.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. He didn't even get touched up by the safety until he was like 8 yards down the field. More than that, like 12 yards down the field. Carson keeps it, comes up a yard short. Call it a long 2.
That would be our type of play calling.
Eagles are going to punt. So 3 and out. We had a second and 1. Good punt there by our MVP of the year, Cameron Johnson. NFL blitz. I'm calling for Jordan Howard the more. Did we sign him? We had him in for a tryout. Did we sign him or no? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, he was on the practice squad. I think they called him up. I thought they did. I thought they called him up. I'm pretty sure they did.
I didn't see anything or read anything before we started the show, so I wasn't sure if they even gave him anything.
Let me go confirm that. I know they definitely. I know that he's definitely on the practice squad. I thought they brought him.
He's on the practice squad because I know. God.
Yeah, that's about right.
Whatever. I can't even. Boston Scott. I know Boston Scott's banged up. I don't know if he's playing or not. So maybe they do. I would think they would have to have by now called him up to the active roster if he's going to play Monday night. So probably not. He's probably not going to.
Off the top of their head, if he's on the active roster right now.
That's a big gain there for Chris Carson on first down. 1st and 10 for Seattle up to the 36-yard line, trailing 10-7. Split close. Chris Carson off the left side, runs over Rodney McLeod, picks up another 9 yards, 2nd and 1. Yeah, you don't hear much out of Darius Slay because he locks down whoever he's covering. And we talked about that last week. A lot of people say, "Oh, Darius Slay has sucked this year." No, he hasn't. He just doesn't. You don't hear his name a lot because he shuts down whoever he's covering. They don't throw his way because he's a blanket. He's a shutdown corner.
So this is what I'm learning about Jordan Howard right now, right? Pederson, Jordan Howard looks good. We'll see where Boston Scott is. Boston's had a good week of practice, no setbacks. So,
Okay.
I mean, I think they're going to go 1-2 with them two. I'm surprised they're going to go 1-2 with them two. I'm surprised that Jordan Howard wouldn't get carries, but all right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it worked last year when you had him and Miles. So I don't know why you won it. I mean, I don't know why teams get down on Jordan Howard when there was a point in time he led the National Football League in yards after contact.
He's been one of the best backs in the league for like the last 5 years. And but he's not a flashy guy, so no one knew that. I didn't even know that when they brought up the stats last year about how good he's been the last 5 years in the league. It's insane how good he's been. And he knows how to run the football. He doesn't fumble a lot. He runs people over. He runs tough. He runs hard. He gets those tough yards.
Yeah.
And we don't have a guy like that.
No, he's not a guy they trust like that. Another first down. What's up, Kyle? Marquise. Look, he's still talking about running the football. I love it.
They are chewing up the yards down. They're now inside the red zone. 1st and 10 for Seattle. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Eagles up 10-7. Gun empty bunch here for Seattle. Bunch to the left side. Nice little find across the middle. Is that DK Metcalf? Again, DK Metcalf. Yikes. 100 yards receiving for DK Metcalf. 4 receptions, 100 yards.
Oh, my God. Nice.
Michael Vick is still a cheat code in Madden.
Kyle, love 35-17 birds. Jeez. Man, love it. He's a cheat code in Madden.
Michael Vick is still in Madden.
Close thing to Vick in, yeah, because, I don't know. Lamar's not really a cheat code.
No. Lamar, I honestly like the comparisons. Oh, Lamar Jackson is better than he is not a better quarterback than Michael Vick. I'm sorry. I've seen some of the throws Lamar Jackson has made have been god awful. He doesn't have anywhere near the arm Michael Vick had. Now you want to say scrambling and let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If the offenses back then ran an offense around Michael Vick, like the Ravens run their offense around Lamar Jackson, could you imagine the type of seasons Michael Vick would have had running the football? All of Michael Vick's runs, very rarely was a run designed for Michael Vick. He did all that like he was playing backyard football. Oh yeah, he broke that. He broke him. He broke defenses down. He just broke ankles on his own. There was no design plays for him running. You know what I mean? There was no read option. There was no triple option. There was none of that. Mike Vick was in Atlanta. He was under center most of the time. Not until, when he came to us in 2010 when he had his best season ever, and he was in shotgun a lot of the time, and he would actually sit in the pocket and throw the football until he had to run. And Mike could throw a ball, flick of the wrist. Oh my God, I still every time I come across the Monday Night Massacre against the Redskins, when he throws that ball to Deshaun Jackson 80 yards with just a flick of a wrist. That man's arm was insane. Not many guys had that kind of flick of the wrist. Not many guys who played in the National Football League had that kind of flick of the wrist. Michael Vick was a special talent, didn't study playbooks, and that's what hurt him on early on in his career. But when he got here and he actually focused on the game again, you could see what would have been. And you know what I mean? If he didn't spend 2 years away and everything didn't happen to him and he actually focused on the game, it would have been maybe the top 5 quarterback all time conversation if he paid attention. If he paid attention, you can make the argument. We don't know. That's hindsight. But talent-wise, my God, not many guys could do what he could do. You know what I mean? Not many guys could do what he could do, period. The ultimate weapon. And we missed a touchdown. I guess Seahawks punched it in inside the 5 on a run play. 14-10 Seattle, 5:57, just under 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. He's going to take over at the 25-yard line. Let's see if we can go on a drive here, put some points on the board. Carson, little dump over the middle to Miles Sanders.
Caught it. He caught it, guys. He caught it.
2nd and 6.
Are we? Telling you what's nuts. Vegas has us +5 underdogs, and only 5% of the betting public is on us. It's tempting me to pick the 5. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that Vegas is it. Yeah, I might agree with that. I mean, cover it at least where it's a close one. I could say it.
Gun spread. Goddard in the slot. Carson scrambling out to his right. That's the Carson Wentz play right there. Instead of throwing it away, he takes the sack. 3rd and 12. What was 2nd and 4 is now 3rd and 12. 8-yard loss on the sack. Kyler isn't as shifty. Kyler, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Kyler Murray. To watch that kid run the ball when he's out of the pocket, it's mesmerizing what he does and how he makes people miss. I don't know how he does it, but he does.
He does, man.
I think people are paying attention to his feet and not his hips. Because if you watch his feet, it's like a duck underwater. They're just going a million miles an hour.
Yeah, it's true.
Nice little find there to Goddard. Goddard trying to fight upfield. He's not going to pick up the first down. Carson is 13 of 14 for 138 yards and a touchdown. 4th and 3 from their own 32. More than likely, Doug's going to punt this away, and hopefully the defense can get the ball back.
Mikey says, "Put in Hurts." You guys are the best. Matt says, "Did Carson get benched yet? What did I miss?"
I honestly think the fan base is split. I would think if there was a true poll, it would probably be 50-50 as what to do with Carson, bench him or not. I honestly believe it would be split.
I agree. It's tough. It's tough. I mean,
we talked about early in the show, we're not apologists. We just don't want to give up on a guy that was given $100 million and has shown signs of being the guy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of giving up on number 2 picks of the draft. You know, like
nope.
for any position. Like I need you to be special. I need you to be that guy. And now, listen, if you go through obviously next year and you struggle like you did this year, we got to move on. It's that simple. But he gets that year. He gets the next year. And if we still, and it's bad like this, see ya.
Draw play up the middle for did he fumbled. He fumbled and they didn't call it a fumble. 2nd and 2, 8-yard gain.
Oh my God. This was sum us up. Like Baker Mayfield fumbled on Sunday. Baker Mayfield.
He did. Yes, he did.
And they were quick to blow that dead. Ridiculous. And this is a microcosm, Cap, of how bad everything's just against us and we're not good. Simple as that.
Inside zone. Oh, TJ Edwards comes up. Not going to be a loss in the play. No gain on the play. 3rd and 2. Can the defense make a stand here? I'm calling for Miles to be traded. Jesus. You just want to run the ball every play, don't you, Marquise? You know I'm the biggest Carson hater of all time. His biggest problem is being in his own head. It isn't Doug. He's not scared. I think it has a lot to do with play calling. And I mean, he does change a lot of the plays too, or he's changing protection. We talked about it last week. We don't know if he's changing the play or if he's changing protection or what, but I don't think he has a lot of confidence. I mean, he's been running for his life. You'd be scared too if you had to run for your life every snap.
Yeah, I think scared.
I don't want to say scared, maybe a little timid, but not scared.
Timid. How about this? You know, not trusting what your eyes are seeing, right? So how about that? I mean, I think that's the best way to talk about Carson Wentz. Right now, it looks like is he doesn't trust anything he's seeing. And then the top roll off, man, I don't think there's any, I don't think the skill position guys are any good here either. So, I mean, I think it's a combo. I think a combo. But I think, listen, when you're paid $100 million, you got to make plays, man. You got to make plays. There's no freaking excuses for it anymore. You got to make plays.
DK did not get both feet down. 4th and 7. Big.
No way.
Big no catch there. Russell Wilson threw a nice little out route to DK Metcalf. DK did not get his feet down. 4th and 7 after a big false start. Gonna punt the ball off.
Another fair point. I mean, Nitro says this is a game where he could quiet all the haters. He needs to make a statement. He does. He absolutely does. I mean,
we've been saying that. We said that against. We said that last week too. Could be a game where
we did.
We're waiting. We're waiting for it. And I think all of us guys that there's guys that really love Carson Wentz, and we say it every week. This is the game. This is the game. This is the game. This is the game. And then you've got guys that don't like him, or they're on the fence. But the guys even on the fence are like, nah, he's done. Like the guys even on the fence aren't like, yeah, this is the game. The guys on the fence are like, nah, he's done. Put in Jalen Hurts.
I would.
The guys on the fence are siding with the guys that hate him.
Yeah, like I said it last week. I would have put in Hurts after the third quarter when you weren't playing.
Yes.
But I mean, now he's your starter this week, and he's got to try to silence people, and he's got to play better. I mean, there's no excuses. There's nothing else I can say. I don't care who's out there with him. I really don't right now. Did
our defense play hard against Pittsburgh though? They gave up 35 points, 36 points
against Pittsburgh. Yeah. Claypool's caught 45 touchdowns.
There's another guy we missed. We could have had Claypool. We took Jalen Reagor. Oh, how is it all these wide receivers are having great years that were in the draft before Jalen, that were taken after Jalen Reagor?
Did somebody say Donnell Pumphrey? I mean, it's almost like Jalen Reagor's not going to be Donnell Pumphrey because he can play, but like maybe like the 5th, 6th best wide receiver in that draft because all the rest of them can play too. You know what I mean?
Hey, Donnell Pumphrey led the nation in scrimmage yards, okay?
My fault. My bad.
Who do you play for? San Diego State or something like that?
Yeah, San Diego State. He played me, you, a couple guys down the street from you. You know what I mean?
One of the most cupcake schedules in all the land, and he led the nation in yards, so let's pick him up.
And that's typical Howie pick. Loves the West Coast. He might just love to travel out there. You know what I mean? He must be a big traveler out to the West Coast, period. So he just scouts out there.
All right, I've had enough of these dumps over the middle, Carson. 3 timeouts, under a minute remaining, trailing by 4 on the 31. What are we doing? Why are we not in hurry up mode? What is going on?
We're doing.
We go through this every week, Madden. Something needs to be done about this. No huddle. That looked like a huddle to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Unstack again. Carson outside the pocket. Nice little dot to Travis Fulgham. Why are we not calling timeouts?
I have no idea.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Wow. Somebody wake up.
Good job, Andy Pederson. Way to use a timeout.
Guess we're trying to leave them with no time. So, okay.
Vaughn. The clock management in these sim games is awful. I could put it to 15-minute quarters, but we'd be here all night.
Yeah, true.
With all this cinematic stuff, like it'd be awful.
You're right. It'd be like watching a whole game live. Wow.
Another incomplete pass. 18 of 20 for 183 yards and a touchdown. It looks like it might have had Fulgham on a post there for a touchdown. Throws it underneath. Incomplete pass to Miles Sanders. 3rd and 1 from the 22. 28 seconds remaining. Gun trips tight end. Miles Sanders in the backfield. What is going on? Another dump across the middle. Incomplete. 4th and 1. He has to go for it. 26 seconds remaining in the game. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. Keps Korner every Saturday night during football season. We might be doing this for basketball. We might be doing this for hockey as well. Little sim action going over, Flyers hockey action, some basketball. Nice find there from Carson to Goddard. Down to the 3-yard line. They take a timeout. 1st and goal from the 3. 21 seconds remaining. Appreciate you guys checking out Keps Korner. Me and Tom every Saturday from 7 to 9 Eastern going over Eagles football. Hopefully we have some good things to talk about next Saturday. I'm hoping so. We'll see. All Campus OC on the Ocean City Boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. AllCampusOC.com. Keps Korner for 15% off. Check them out. Miles out wide. Throws a slant. Josh Perkins. Is that Josh Perkins or is that Richard Rodgers? That's Richard Rodgers for the touchdown with 19 seconds remaining. Carson Wentz finds him in the end zone.
Now,
Barring the extra point, we're going to go up 17-14.
Cap, this is the kind of game he needs to have. He needs to have a drive like this. He needs to have a game like this. This is the kind of game he needs to have. It's that simple. He has had an excellent game. He's been very accurate. He's found open guys. He's made again, it's Madden. He made a few mistakes across the middle, little dump offs, but down the field, he's been accurate all game. We'll check the stats after the game, but I think he's only thrown like 4 incompletions. He's probably got over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eagles going to go up 17-14, 19 seconds remaining. Seahawks with all 3 timeouts. Richard Rodgers when Richard Rodgers is on the field, the guy gets open and he catches a football. And that's why they keep bringing him back and leaving him on the practice squad and calling him up because, what you said, that's probably not the real Darius Slay in the chat, but maybe it is. Richard Rodgers, Mr. Reliable. I would love if that's really Darius Slay.
Tannehill, 29.5, Brissett, 28, Ryan, 30, Dak, 31.4, Cousins, Goff. You would have, I would rather have Carson over Tannehill. I would definitely rather have him. Brissett got $28 million? Jacoby Brissett? Matt Ryan has been such an underachiever, I feel, his whole career. Would definitely take him over Cousins. Would definitely take him over. You know what? I don't even want to get into it with Cowboys fans about the whole Dak because Dak has played his ass off. Let's be honest. Dak has played like he deserves Carson Wentz type money. But then again, give Carson Wentz the weapons and offense. I'm not even going to say offensive line because Carson has at times had a good offensive line. He doesn't have Ezekiel Elliott. He didn't have a Des Bryant. He didn't have, an Amari Cooper, so
thanks.
I don't know. Give Carson Wentz some real weapons and see what happens. Russell Wilson up the middle, big gain.
Wow.
2 seconds remaining. They're going to be in Hail Mary territory. 2 seconds remaining. Here comes a Hail Mary attempt.
Dank, I like J.C. Horn. I'm a big fan of pedigree talk. He's a big corner. He's physical. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Is he Joe Horn's son?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
So a DB that's been taught by a really good receiver. Oh, my God, that was almost caught. It was nowhere near the end zone. But that's going to do it for this simulation. The Eagles are going to win the game 17-14. Monday night showdown. I don't know. I could see a 17-14 final score,
I'll take it.
I'll take the W. The last 2 weeks, the Giants simulation we lost, the Browns simulation we lost, and we lost the game. So, if Madden is correct, if Madden stays on par with the show, we do come out on top this game. We lost to the Giants in the simulation. We lost to the Browns in the simulation. This one we win. And we lost both those games. So there you go, Tom. Do we get an ugly W Monday night and do they bring us back on board? Do they have us talking division?
I told you guys my glass was empty, right? I think I made that clear. That my glass was like there wasn't a sip left. But I will say this, the more like this week's going on, for some weird reason, I'm not going to predict them to win, but like in a show, but I would say that I could very well see them winning this game. I don't know why. I have no reason why. No, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just the fact that I could just see them winning this game. A team that they haven't beaten a while. Like, you know what I mean? Everything says Seattle. Like everything. It says Seattle on a roll job. I've watched the NFL for too long to say that the other team ain't wearing cleats too. right? So the other team's putting cleats on, which means we are putting cleats on too. So, all we need to do is for one game play a consistent game of football. Like we should be good enough to hang with that. Now, can we make a couple big plays to be able to win a game? Can we take the game? Can we take the ball away a couple times? Can we do things we haven't done all year? Like
outside of the 49ers game, this team has not played a complete game of football on both sides of the ball.
No, and even
other than the 49ers game. And I tossed that game out the window because the 49ers stink. They weren't good when we played them either. So the Monday night prime time, and who knows? And we thought that, prime time against the Giants, a Sunday night game. We thought that as well. And look what happened. So, but if Madden holds true like it has the last 2 weeks, we won this sim, so maybe we win the game. Carson in this simulation, a QB rating of 132.7, 20 of 23 for 205 and 2 touchdowns. Did not fumble, did not throw a pick. We didn't turn the ball over. Nobody fumbled. Russell Wilson threw an interception. We had 1 takeover. Defense stepped up when it had to in this simulation. Does the defense step up when it has to? Can they get off the field Monday night? And we have such a tough time corralling Russell Wilson. We have always had a rough time corralling him, and every team does because he's just that type of quarterback.
No, I agree. I agree with you. Listen. My glass always has a couple sips in it. You know what I mean? In terms of my glass, I know Kyle was saying my glass is never empty. Yeah, because we're all diehards. So you always want to have some stuff in your glass. You always want to have a couple sips left. You always want to have some hope, right? This division's left us hope that because if it wasn't for this division, we'd be talking draft, and nobody wants to do that in November. Nobody in the country besides the biggest nerds want to talk draft in November. We all want to be in it.
Right.
We want to be in it and still talking draft, right? It's like the combo. We just never want to be talking just draft. So our division's left us in this. I could say because like we're talking about firing. Doug's talking about we take another. He's not mad if he gets fired. Like there's all this fire, and I feel like this whole thing's blowing up, and then they come out and win a game, right? Like the whole thing seems like it's a dumpster fire, and then they win a game they shouldn't. Yep.
Listen to this, Miles. We didn't run the ball. Miles Sanders 8 rushes for 19 yards, with 20 yards rushing. Dallas Goedert 8 catches for 103 and a touchdown. Fulgham 5 for 53. Alshon 4 for 38. Had a really good. Hey, that's a statement game right there from our leader, from our quarterback, from our franchise quarterback. And until further notice, until he's benched or until something, there's a shakeup in the front office or whatever, we everybody that hates Carson Wentz, guess what? He is our quarterback. Until they say otherwise, Carson Wentz is our guy, and he's going to be our guy. So all of you haters, all you Carson Wentz haters, whatever, all you Jalen, I'm sure some of you probably have Jalen Hurts jerseys. I wouldn't even doubt it. You probably went on what you probably went on what? God, I can't even think of it right now. What's the site you buy other people's stuff? I can't remember. Anyway, you guys probably went and bought Jalen Hurts college jerseys. So whatever, until further notice, Carson Wentz is our guy. And I'm gonna be behind. He's not Kevin Cobb, he's not Bobby Hoying, he's not awful. Carson Wentz is not awful. Has he been awful at times? Certainly has. But he still has the tools. He's better than Bobby Hoying and Kevin Cobb. I've seen those type of quarterbacks. I've seen those guys. And he's not those guys. All right. Carson Wentz has the tools. Let's see if he puts it together Monday night and comes out with a big statement win over a good football team against Russell Wilson, prime time. Let's see if he comes to the stadium with both balls. He didn't leave them at home. His wife doesn't let him show that his wife does not have them in a jar on the mantle.
Yeah, nobody wants to.
You like my background? My background is all Philly. I'm an all Philly guy, and then I got these expensive ass lights that do cool things. I got the Christmas pattern up right now. Because now we can officially start Christmas. I know some of y'all have been doing it since the day after Halloween, but now we can officially start Christmas.
It's official.
But that's going to do it for this week's show. Monday night. Enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy tomorrow. Watch some football tomorrow. We don't have to get all juiced up and jacked up and get all stressed out and chew our fingers to a nub till Monday night. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy tomorrow. Going to be the weather. The weather's been nice for the most part of the country, except the people way up north where they're dealing with snow and whatever else. But I know I live in the Carolinas. It's been like 70 degrees all week. It's not even November. I don't think it's going to get winter here till probably the end of December, to be honest. But you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully next week we're talking about an Eagles victory. You guys make sure you tune in to A2D Radio all week long. They have shows darn near every night. Really good shows. They talk Sixers, they talk Flyers, they talk soccer, they talk MMA, they talk all kinds of stuff, man. And Tom's running the show. Tom's a really good dude. He's still bundled up. Is it cool? Is it warm out there in the studio?
Yeah, it's better. I mean, I didn't get the gas on yet just because I don't trust it right now. You know what I mean? That's like something I don't want to mess with. We're talking gas, so I don't got the gas heater on, but I have a luckily the garage is insulated. So but still that doesn't do shit. But I have I have a space heater. So we're good. We're back. We don't
keeping the feet toasty at least.
Yeah, the first episode where I was bundled up doesn't need to happen again. So apologize to the people.
But that's going to do it for this week's show. I appreciate everybody tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. Make sure you're giving the Twitch channel a follow, twitch.tv/A2D Radio. Sir, just Google A2D Radio. Follow everything. The Facebook, the Periscope, the YouTube, the Twitch. Give me a follow on Twitch. Big_Kep13. Twitch.tv/big_Kep13. I stream Madden every day. Come on over there. You think I'm got a personality here? Come watch me play Madden and watch me play other people play Madden. Because like the real field. If I'm playing against you, I don't like you. I hate you. In fact, I could be playing my grandma on Madden. I'd be talking crap to my grandma. So come on over there. Give me a look. Give me a check. A lot of these guys in the chat are supporters of mine over there. Feel free to come on over on Twitch. 1 to 5 Monday through Friday. 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Monday through Friday. Check out allcampusoc.com also. All Campus OC. They're also a store on the Ocean City Boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. If you use code Keps Korner, allcampusoc.com, you get 15% off. Check out their hats, their apparel. Also, phillydrinkers.com. A2D merch, phillydrinkers.com. 25% off right now. Christmas is coming up. Get you some merch, either from All Campus OC or Philly Drinkers. And let them know A2D sent you.
And there's a GIF out there that says, why not both? You know what I mean?
Why not both?
You can get your team hats over at All Campus, and you can get all your other gear at A2D, and you're win-win. Win-win.
But again, that's gonna do it for me and Tom. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa, all that stuff. Hope everybody's being safe out there. And a lot of stuff going on out in our world. We still got this pandemic going on, so make sure y'all stay safe. Wear your masks, wash your hands. Wait, wear your mask, wash your ass. There. Wear your mask, wash your ass.
There you go.
I should make a t-shirt that says that. Wear your mask, wash your ass. But that's gonna do it, man. We'll see you guys next week on Keps Corner from 7 to 9 Eastern. Till then, I'm Big Kep. And my man over there, Tom, looking crispy as always. We'll see y'all next week, man. Y'all be kind to one another. Much love. Stay blessed. We're out.
Thanks, guys. See you, Don. We appreciate it.